as I mentioned earlier, we got a religious group who decided to head west to escape persecution from the east. Big thing about this is you've got to get your head around. These are Christian people, all right? It's not kind of like, they're not Jewish or not anything like that, right? They are Christian, but yet they have a different interpretation of what it means to be Christian. And at this time, that offends like the Catholics, the Protestants, the Methodists, the Quakers, you know, those kind of like older religions. And so therefore, these people are seen to be blasphemous. They're seen to be sinful because it doesn't fit with the original version of Christianity. Their religion does grow under the leadership of Joseph Smith, a very, very charismatic man. He has his Book of Mormon, and he has very, very distinct views. They're called the 5 Ps. So they believe in polygamy, having more than one wife. That again will upset other Christians. They believe in property, so shared ownership. Help each other, but again, that offends other people. They believe that they are the people of God, so therefore they come across as being quite arrogant. They are the chosen people. They have their politics. Joseph Smith was obviously clearly a powerful individual in terms of the Mormon faith, and there were rumours that he wanted to be American president, and that would have a massive impact on America, surely. Then the word that I can never pronounce, polystasium, we'll call it that. I don't think that's how you pronounce it though. And it's the fact that they would go around and convert people to the Mormon faith. Now, as we've got information here, right, it made them unfortunately really, really unpopular. And their unpopularity grew every single time they went to a different place. So they'd go and settle somewhere, for example, like Kirtland. They'd be really successful, something go horribly wrong, they have to move on. They go to Missouri, they become really successful, something happens, they have to move on. They go to Nauvoo, they become really successful, and then shockingly, Joseph Smith is murdered, and they have to leave. So what we then have is the fact that Brigham Young has to do something that means we can't stick around in the East any longer. We've got to head west. We've got to go somewhere where we know that no one else is going to be. So Brigham Young, the new leader, decides to take them over to the Salt Lake area. He knows it's protected by mountains, and he more importantly knows that no one else lives there. So they head west. They are able to literally build a city out of nothing. Look at that. Look at the date on that. They pretty much get to Salt Lake about 1847. So look what they've been able to do in just a few years. How are they able to do that? 1, shared ownership. 2, you've got to feed yourself when you live in the middle of nowhere. So irrigation channels, i.e. water your crops. 3, Brigham Young's orders are orders from God. So therefore, you do what you are told. If not, you're out. They also made sure that everyone got their fair bit of water access, their fair bit of land. They also, remember, had polygamy, so therefore their population was constantly growing. But again, all of this is going to lead to conflict. And it's not mentioned here directly, but there was something called the Mountain Meadow Massacre, too many M's, right? And that is kind of mentioned here, where they end up blaming Indians for killing settlers. And it was actually the Mormons all along. But again, it all adds to kind of like more and more pressure on the Great Plains. So that's the role of the Mormons.